In this video I will be building tank 4 of 10 SpongeBob boss. I really wanted to make it easy, something nice that you could make. Well, let me show you how I did it. As always, I started with a reference image. The plan was to make an exact replica. And after seeing the image, I realized this tank could be a continuation of the Chum Bucket. So I made a design following the same street and the plant's line. Simple on top, but complex underneath. With a tunnel system where the betta can play and explore. Once I had the complete design, the first step was to grab the empty fish tank and make some changes to the exterior. Since the boss was red, I disguised the tank in red with some ring covers that I have laying around. I will leave these STL files in the description so you can print them. I used this cheap aquarium light with light blue covers like I did on my first SpongeBob tank, match the blue sky of the background, the same background which I extracted from the reference image using ChatGPT to remove the boss and the street. I split the design in two parts, printed it on waterproof paper, cut the edges and lined them up. Then I taped them together and placed it on the tank to complete the exterior. The next step was printing the two bases of our tunnel system. The print was not the neatest, but I make sure to clean up a little bit of the filament residue. With a few fixes of the design and the structure and the printing settings, this will be solved. This will also be free in the description. Once they were in place, I got this white and black sand and I started with the white to fill the sides of the street. Then I carefully placed the black sand in the middle and level it with a brush. To bring a little bit of life to the landscape, I decided to print some 2D corals. But the first batch had a technical problem. Then I remembered I still had some corals from the Krusty Krab fish tank. I put those in some of the tunnel entrances using small grips that stick to the back of the coral and they clip onto the tunnel opening, just like this. Our main decoration, the SpongeBob boss, was the next on the list. So I made a few modifications so the betta could enter from underneath through the tunnels. This will be his new home. Having placed the boss, I thought the street, the boss, the tank needed some kind of a story. So I decided to add the SpongeBob waiting at the boss stop. If you recognize which episode this is from, leave it in the comments. So I used this same format, this same 2D piece, to also cover two of the tunnel entrances. After that, it was time to fill the aquarium with water. With the decorations done and the tank full, it was time for the most important thing in the aquarium besides one fish, aquarium plants. I wanted to continue the hairgrass since I used the hairgrass in the Chum Bucket tank. This was the continuation. Followed by some red plants in the middle, finishing with some more hairgrass. And after I put them in place, I realized they needed a haircut. So I pulled them out and I trimmed them. Basically, I gave them a new hairstyle. With the aquarium plants in and after conditioning the tank, our guest of honor, one fish named Pepe, was escorted from the lobby of one of my fish tanks toward his new boss landscape fish tank. After a few minutes, Pepe entered his new home. Pepe seemed happy right away. Within seconds, he went over to say hi to the sad SpongeBob and his balloon. He checked every aquarium plant in his garden for some snails. Then he started exploring the tunnels. It was a total maze for him. After surveying his new territory, Pepe settled into the bus, very comfortable. The new driver who will be picking up the sad SpongeBob at the stop to take him home. Four down, 6 to go. See you next week.